Welcome to the video. Today I'm reviewing the Ghost Lifestyle Oreo flavored whey protein. I hope you enjoy the video and find it helpful, and if you do, consider subscribing to my channel because I make videos on reviews that I do and fitness and nutrition every single week. I'm gonna rate the product from 1 to 10 on the mixability, on the taste, and on the macros. And before I dive in, I want to be clear that I'm not going to be leaving an affiliate link down below in the comments to buy the product because that definitely skews the honesty of the review. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I purchased this with my own money and I'm excited to share my honest thoughts about it. So I've been using this for a few days now, and it is one of the better tasting proteins that I've tried. I'm gonna rate the taste of the protein first out of 10. And when it comes to taste, Ghost really prides themselves on having really good tasting products. Some companies really focus on their formulas, or others really focus on how clean or healthy the ingredients are. Ghost really prides themselves on having the best tasting products, and I have to say they probably do have the best tasting products. This literally has bits of Oreo cookies in it, which obviously tastes really good. I will say though, I didn't enjoy it quite as much as the Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookie flavored one. That is probably my favorite tasting protein from Ghost. That being said, this was still really good. I'm gonna give the taste an 8 out of 10, and the way that I was drinking it was I was putting 1 or 2 scoops in my shaker bottle with about 5 or 6 ounces of water, which is what they instruct you to do on the directions. I shake it up for about 30 seconds and I just drink it like that because that's the quickest and the most convenient way to have a protein powder. I will say, having it with water, maybe I would rate it a 7 out of 10 in taste. But once I switched over to almond milk for this particular flavor, 5 or 6 ounces of almond milk with 1 scoop of this protein, it bumps it up to an 8. It tastes noticeably better using almond milk compared to water. In regards to mixability, it mixes very well. I'm gonna give that an 8 out of 10 as well, because even though there's little bits and chunks of Oreo in here, it's pretty easy to mix up. I've had protein powders that have been way harder and taken way longer to properly mix up in a shaker bottle. And like I said, I just put a scoop or 2 in my shaker bottle, I shake it up for 30 seconds, and it's always mixed up pretty well from that. Obviously, if you put it in a blender, it's gonna mix up even better that way. What I don't recommend doing, some people seem to put a scoop in like a normal cup and try to mix it with a spoon. Definitely don't do that because it's not gonna mix well in that regard. Now, when it comes to the macros and the nutrition label here, I'm gonna give the macros a 7 out of 10. So pretty good, not great though. So 25 grams of protein per serving, that's really good. 7 grams of carbs and 2 grams of fat. So I might be a little bit harder on the macro rating than other people might be, because in my personal opinion and my preference in having a protein powder is that I want a protein powder that has as little fats and carbs as humanly possible. Something that's really, really lean for as much protein as I can get. And what I typically look for is at least 25 grams of protein or more, which we do have here. And then I look for under 2 or 3 grams of fat and under 2 or 3 grams of carbs, because that's gonna give me the most amount of protein for the fewest total calories. And I don't want a shake that's gonna accumulate more fats and carbs, because I'd rather eat fats and carbs. Those taste good, and that's not why I'm having my protein shake. So that being said, that's why I gave the macros a 7 instead of an 8 or a 9. Of course, it's not the end of the world that this has 7 grams of carbs or that it has 2 grams of fat, but I'm often having 2 scoops of this, so it does add up to have 14 carbs, to have 4 or 5 grams of fat with my protein shake. I've had much leaner options. And one thing to mention about the nutrition label and the ingredients, obviously since this has Oreos in it, the label, the ingredients, is gonna be a long laundry list of ingredients that the cookies have, and it's not just a very simple, clean, 3 or 4 ingredients like you may get in some other protein powders that don't put cookies in the powder. So in that regard, it's probably not going to be the healthiest possible protein powder if that's something that really matters to you. If you're really strict on ingredients and really strict on always having the healthiest possible thing, then obviously you're not going to want to get something that has is Oreo flavor or cookie flavored when you're looking for a protein powder. Me personally, it's not a big deal. I did buy the product, right? I'm not someone who's going and eating tons of junk food, tons of cookies or candy, and I generally have a pretty good diet diet overall, and I'm not worried that it has a couple little bits of Oreos in my protein powder. And there is only 3 grams of sugar in 1 scoop of this. So overall, I'm a fan of it. I think this is a pretty solid go-to protein powder. I probably won't order it again. I'm not sure if it's good enough that I'm gonna take out my wallet and buy it again. I would say that I like the Chips Ahoy flavor more than this one. That one I probably would buy again. But if you love Oreos, you need a decent protein powder just to get you some extra protein in the day, and you're not too worried about, you know, the specific ingredients or getting the absolute cleanest option on the market, then this is gonna be a totally fine option for you. I hope you found this video helpful. If there's any specific products you want me to do a review on, please comment down below, whether it's a protein powder, a pre-workout, a wearable of some sort of piece of equipment, anything at all that you'd like my thoughts on, share that down below. Give the video a thumbs up if it was helpful, and feel free to check out the links that I do have down below in the comments, including an application for my Modern Man coaching program, and a few other links that give you totally free resources like a lean muscle cookbook, a grocery list for a fat loss phase, and a couple of other things. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video, which I'm gonna put right here.